it so much that he stays for good sleeping on the floor. And then we turn it into pelts and not pelts, into furs or leather scraps and meat, and we have a feast in his honor. So it's all good with when the bear comes. Of course, that the bear is a rather not careful animal, and he might damage a few buildings, but it's a teddy bear, so it is so endearing to us that we like it, and we welcome it into our midst. Okay, now I'm really doing a builder job that I ought not to, and I should focus on the completion of the expansion needed for the farm. Now, these are the things that piss me off, and the reason why I expand very aggressively. So if you see, we cannot a level next to something that is already built. We had to go this circuitous route of leveling around and using tricks to complete the leveling. I'm gonna show you one trick that I use. And those things are like, man, annoying. I would like the game to not have those things, those restrictions, because they don't enrich the gameplay. They make the game confusing, harder to understand, and unnecessarily grindy, because you had to do things twice and thrice and 4 times. Alright, so we can correct most of the problem by normal scheduling of building, like from here. Like for instance, in this case, of 25 cells, I think that I am only using 25 minus 9 is 16, because all of them are already level, and the reason why they are already level is that the game requires me to do this overlapping, because the reference is not taking at one corner of the cell, but the entirety of the cell, which doesn't make sense. I mean, it's not design mistake in my opinion. Okay, I have a crafter that is a green thumber. That doesn't combine, but having second crafter for later in the game is quite interesting and useful. Okay, so to level this deep next to the shelter, we can do the following. Something that requires a larger footprint, like this. Again, we can align it to make it point to the east, like this, and we put it next to what we want to level, and we move it just slightly over. So because all of these cells are already level, this is going to have the effect of only leveling the stuff next, and at this point we can dispense with leveling the other part. Alright, so I think that I have the location for the farm. That'll be here, farm here. Let's see if that changes the levels. No, it doesn't. Okay, so we can keep leveling, but the point is that we will have a farm. Let's make sure that it is prioritized, and with regards to the building part, I have the stones in my hand, and with regards to the farm, I have the stones in my hand. I think made a mistake there. It doesn't have. Okay, so what is the situation? We have 2 people that are homeless, right? So we really need to schedule a cottage. And probably prioritize that cottage ahead of anything else, because the cottage takes more than a while to build. Okay, so this place that I chose is not good. Maybe here? I can... yeah, that's safely within range. Oh no, that was not necessary. Or was it? No, it was necessary. The overlapping that is complete is this side. So that's the side that is not necessary. Alright, so before we go any further, let's solve the ditch problem that was created here. That annoys me so much. Completely inside that we know. Oh, okay. That contains the ditch. Okay, this didn't change anything, so that means that we are on the right track. Alright, that completes it. Oh, we have nearly completed the hunters. Let us not keep this on. Completely inside. That's a good thing to have. Doesn't like to expand that far. Okay, no. Let's try one more. No, one more is problematic. So this is what we can do. Roller coaster. Too far away. Okay. So let's get inside. Right now, my people is living out of the gatherer, and that's not only not sustainable, but we need what the gatherer gathers to plant and not to cook. Sorry, so like we're using those things. We have a hoe. Do we need a replacement? Let's and a 200 club would be good. This needs bark. Let's give it bark. We nearly buried that well, but that well is fully functional, unfortunately. So let's expand just a tiny bit and agree to not expand more later on. And this takes care of part of the deep, but not all of it. Oh, no, that was not a deep part. That was an expansion that had that deep in there. Okay, this takes care of the deep, and these are the affected cells. Maybe there was one in here, but it is too small to be noticeable or significant. Alright, we don't have water. We should have water, but let us expand. Oh, let me tell you one thing that I have discovered that you might not know. I have seen that when you build things, let's say for example that you change the level downward, okay? There were, let's say, a stick in the ground and you're leveling downward, so the stick will now be higher than what the ground was. In the game, that stick might keep floating for a long while, like it's not even a moment, but minutes, a long time, potentially. But eventually it drops. I don't know what triggers the dropping, but eventually those things drop. It turns out that the same thing happens in the opposite direction. When you bury, meaning that you have something in the ground, right? And you level upward, you basically bury the resources that were there. It turns out that they surface automatically after a while. It might be immediately or it might be after a long while. But the resources in general don't, the stone axe. Is that the old one? Yes, that's the old one. So I have adopted the practice of burying things without worry that I'm gonna lose resources, because what I've seen is that they eventually surface back. So I cease to care about them being buried. It might be that in some situations those resources do get lost forever, but I cannot tell you of a single example that has happened that I know of. It might have happened, just that I don't know of it. And all of this leveling is for the cottage, and it is 11 in the morning, so I am hopeful that we can get a cottage by 9 p.m. or thereabouts. We would be pushing the stamina, the rest condition of the newcomers, both of them, especially the first one. But we can play the game of hot shelter, in which the newcomers get old shelters, and it is the old comers, the guys that were here before, the ones that get places in the cottage. Why are you doing that if you know that you need to do it again because of the bridge? That's not good gameplay. Maybe a little here? Okay, no more rich. After I do this. Is that enough for a cottage? We want it to align to the Eye of Odin, which is there. So let's see if we can. Nah, I already can tell that this needs a little bit more expansion in this direction, and for what I can tell, these guys are gonna be blocking, so this would be a good time to have stamina repaired. So let's do it. Let's go drink here, and also let's load the water. The workshop hut will not make this anymore. We'll instead make this. And before we change the arrow policy, let's promote the priority. Of course, the Newt is sleeping, so this would be a good time to Make the crafter craft. Who's the crafter? Craft Hendrik. He's a builder. No, don't build. Newt is gonna be dismissed though. Now we have accomplished something. The crafter is crafting. This is the end, so this is the beginning, so therefore this is the place to put one. I didn't remove these two guys. They still might be necessary to remove, but now that I see the lay of the land, I think this is going to be enough. Wow! We have also the farm. Let's make not one but two. Wooden rake ought to be only below the simple bow. And who can go? Who is a wildling or an archer? That's probably something we don't have yet. We have bears, winter huntsman. Well, let us get this guy to Sigrid to be the hunter that we start with. Sigrid, and losing the stone cutter is not a problem for me. Let's see how much do we need the stone cutter at the moment. We need it, but I can supply large stones while I do the business of collecting Jotun blood. And we're getting ready to schedule the cottage. I'm sure that the hunter will have the complete set of tools, knife included. Probably going to get a second level bow. So let's see if we can get lucky with the cottage scheduling. It is 16, it's later than I wanted. Alright, so now we withdraw as much as possible and try to see if we can make it a line to the south. I am very pleased with that. And this is gonna leave enough room to put another cottage to our left. And I think that this is going to repair the failed okay. So this is the minimum, so that's gonna be enough. Excellent. So we need builders in earnest now. Who can help us? The gatherer can help us. Especially because she's homeless. The rest, I think that the workshop, Hendrik, can help us too. Okay, so let's pound the hell out of this land to get that cottage up and running ASAP. Let me check what are the resources needed for a cottage. It's not the wrong, this is the right place. Cottage 7, 13, 4, and the rest is procurable. We have 1, so we need 7, 6. This is more or less what we need. But somebody needs to go quickly procure stones. So even if it is less than ideal, I believe that putting the resources in the cart, in the sled, at least gives the builders an opportunity to... Oh, what is she being chased? No, 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 no. She's hunting a fin. That's perfectly alright. And I stumbled upon the one big Jotun blood rock nearby. That's luck, I guess. Let's go get the cart from the distance. Oh, 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 oh. Let's not do that yet. Made a mistake here. Scheiße. I already lost the resources that I harvested. I don't know where they are. Oh man. Ah, no. Where are they? You know what? I'm gonna cheat and I'm gonna use the video that I am recording for the purposes of that.